Hi, ladies. Thank you for joining me again for another episode of Revitalized Womanhood. And if you will notice, I'm here alone. It's just me. No guest, just me talking about all the things, all the crazy things running through my head. No, nobody wants to know. Nobody wants to open that closet door. That is a lot of things running around. So I just wanted to introduce a new segment, if you will, in the show. I want to start having an episode come out on Fridays. So this one will be coming out on a Friday. And I will have my interview episode coming out on Tuesdays, and I will have it will either be myself or maybe me with Janie doing Ask Me Anythings, or just topics from the week that have affected me or I feel like should be talked about. So first of all, I think it's very important that I talk about the Revitalized Sisterhood and what that means to me and what that means to you. I know we touched on this a little bit in the episode with Ryan Mickler because, of course, Order of Man is my partner in this movement. He came to me and said, hey, we are just crushing it over here with the men. This community is thriving and it's amazing. And I see so much good happening for these men and myself. And I get a lot of requests for this to be, what about the women? What about the women's movement? And also he says, I think this would just be huge. This would be amazing for women. Well, he's right. He's not wrong. Why wouldn't this be amazing for women? I actually, honestly, personally think it would be better for women because women thrive in communities. I think and I think it may be a common misconception, but there is a social norm out there that men are more like the lone wolf and they need to like suffer in silence and keep things to themselves, keep things bottled down. If you're lucky, you get that husband that will open up to you, but he's not necessarily opening up like that to his friends or his, definitely not his employees. But anyway, so I see where this lone wolf mentality comes from. And I think it's wrong. And I think Ryan has proven with the Order of Man and the Iron Council that it is wrong. And so my experience with it is being able to see these men that we've connected with because of the Iron Council, because of a hunt that my husband went on. He got to meet a few of these men that are involved in this community. And just from getting to know them, he has it's like surrounding yourself with the people that have the same interests as you. What else are you going to do other than motivate each other and want the best for each other? And, there's no room for the silly things like, hey, did you see that sports game? Which is fine a little bit, but you're not trying to make connections with that person, just Joe Schmo coming over because he happens to be your neighbor and it's convenient. You're not going to make a connection that's a real connection, I guess. Anyway, a deeper, real connection. Someone that's actually going to care about you and your well-being rather than just if you're going to show up and bring the potato salad. So women, I think we feel that a little deeper because even if we are Jolene Schmoline from next door that's bringing the potato salad, we internalize it more than that. And we have to think about, okay, how many people are going to be there? I have to make sure there's enough. I have to make sure nobody has any allergies. I have to make sure, you know what I mean? Women internalize and they think more into it. Like, oh, is everyone going to like this? Is it going to be gross? Are people going to ask me for the recipe? There's so much more that goes on to it than what just a man would. So obviously, I think that plus the fact that women are more naturally allowed to share more intimate feelings, like be vulnerable with each other. I think society wants us to do that because we are the fairer sex or the weaker sex or whatever they want us to believe. But really, I think what they're missing, what society is missing the point of, is that women are strong. So strong. Hello, we give birth to babies. That's it. period. I could end that argument right there. It's one of those things that, yeah, maybe we don't want to do all the hard jobs, but when it comes down to it, we're going to do the hard jobs and we're going to do them well. It's going to happen and it's going to be done well. So I think a great part of that is having people in your corner. I think women love not only being cheered on, I think women naturally love to cheer other women on. And enter the Revitalized Sisterhood. So even bigger than just my website, Revitalized Womanhood, even bigger than the Instagram, even bigger than the Facebook and the Facebook page and the YouTube channel and the storefront that's going to sell merchandise. And, even bigger than that, the main goal is to build this sisterhood. And I just mentioned this. I had this kind of aha moment, if you will, at this conference I was at this last weekend in Scottsdale. And there was a social media expert up talking to us about building. There's actually a couple of the speakers touched on the same thing, actually, about building a community, not an audience. And that is 100% what I feel. I don't care. I was just talking to my friend Scott and he says, hey, there's this gal, you should talk to her about boosting your engagement or whatever on your social media. And I'm like, I don't even care about that. Honestly. I mean, look at, if I'm living on likes, I'm living in a box on the gutter because the likes are low, folks. Come on, give a girl a heart, give a girl a double tap. No, but seriously, I've done the account. I've done the growing your account and whatever it takes to do that. And it doesn't feel genuine in the way that, yes, there's a few people on there that I've made connections with and relationships with that I know would have my back or would support me. And of course, they've come over to Revitalized Womanhood because they do support me. They are there for me. But the rest of them, the other 98% of the people in that big audience, I said that it's an audience. They're watching me. They're not part of my journey with me. They're not on the journey with me. And so Revitalized Womanhood, it's not about comments. It's not about likes. It's not about follower count. It's not about any of that stuff. I would like that stuff in the way that it naturally would mean that we're engaging with each other and I'm building a community, but I do not want an audience. I want a community. I want to build a community of like-minded women who are also in the search for a more purposeful, meaningful life of impact. So what does that mean? What does that mean to you? What does that mean to me? Well, I've separated it down to 4 core beliefs, 4 core categories for these beliefs to make it a little easier and a little more understandable and a little more obvious. So first, you've got your beliefs. With beliefs, that's anything that you can think about as far as wellness, as far as spiritual wellness, mental wellness, emotional wellness. So self-care, self-love, how you connect with God, how you connect with your version of a higher power, not even necessarily God or what's the word? Oh my gosh, you guys, what's the word? Religion, organized religion. There it is. You just got to give it a minute. It'll come to me. Oh, sorry. Organized religion. Whew, that was a hard one to get out. So anything that helps you connect inwardly with yourself. So even if it means taking 5 minutes in the morning, probably more than that, 10 minutes in the morning, every morning before you wake up. You can't do that. Before you get out of bed, having like a journal next to your bed and doing your affirmations, or having that journal next to your bed. So before you go to bed at night, you say 5 things you were very grateful for in that day. Or even taking 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, even sitting in your car. I don't care where you are, but just turn everything off. Turn the ringer off your phone, turn the radio off, turn everything off, and just sit with your eyes closed and go inside yourself. Taking a minute. I was never into that kind of stuff. And then I finally went to one of these meditation and sound bath retreat things. It's amazing. And even if you're not into the la-di-da of it, it's amazing what you can feel when you just quiet your mind enough, quiet your body enough to just check in with yourself. And I guarantee you, I dare you to go do it. Just go do it. 20 minutes. Go lay down or go sit somewhere and just take 20 minutes that you can be completely quiet and go within yourself. I would be curious to hear if all of you don't end up crying. So anyway, that's beliefs. Then we've got body. On the other hand of your beliefs is obviously the physical version of that. And it's your physical health, your physical fitness. These are things that aren't just lifting weights at the gym. They aren't just going to a spin class. These are things like eating well, getting enough sleep, drinking enough water. These are things I'm just checking off the list of things that I am horrible at, ladies. So you know that while I'm asking you to join me in this, it is joining me. It's not me telling you to do this and get better for yourselves. It's me saying, I'm doing this for myself. Would you like to come along with me and have me cheer you on? And would you please cheer me on too? Because I'm going to need that. These are things that I absolutely struggle with. So next, bonds. Your bonds are it's a category that focuses not only on like your family and friends, but all of the people that you surround yourself with. So the ladies in the PTA, or your church group, or, you know, even your kids' friends' moms that you hang out with so that they can have a play date. It's the groups of people that have an effect on you and your life, and that you're having an influence and effect on their lives as well. That circle can extend even further to your kids' friends. You know, these are people that are in your home and not only influencing your children, but you are also having an influence on them. They're having an influence on you. So any kind of connection with other people, that's our bonds. Then, of course, the last one is biz, which I shortened it because it's a little funkier than just saying business and is a lot easier to write, honestly. Revitalized Womanhood is like the longest thing in the world to write. So every time I'm doing Gina@revitalizedwomanhood.com, it's like, oh my gosh, why didn't I pick a shorter name? So the biz category not only includes you boss babes that want to climb the corporate ladder, but this is also for you women who I always talk about as not being just stay-at-home moms. Okay, you are the CEO of your family. You are the CEO of your household. You may not be if your husband, he's there to protect, provide, preside. I get that, but what is it on my Big Fat Greek Wedding? I love it when the mom says the man is the head of the household, but the woman is the neck and she can turn the head whichever way she wants. That's 100% a definition of exactly what I'm talking about. So women, ladies, when you're staying at home, you are the CEO of that household. This is hotel trimmer or whatever. This is a business. Your family is your business. So run it that way. Run it. Something that I noticed when I got out to working again is that I was not running my home as a business. I was not managing my family in a way that I should. I was just kind of letting laundry piles pile up, and which I have a comment about that, so I'll come back. But I was letting the laundry pile up, and I was just kind of cleaning up, trying to keep up as I could, but letting it run over me. I wasn't ahead of it. It was getting ahead of me, and I started feeling like I was drowning. I was drowning in it. I couldn't keep up. I was running errands. I was going to the grocery store because I wouldn't make a good list. My husband will love this comment because he always says, make a list, make a list. And I'm like, oh, even if I make a list, where does it go? It gets shoved in a bag, or it's in my phone and I never look at my phone, or the baby's looking at my phone, or quiet about the list. But really, he's right. You're right, Richard. Let's keep a tally of how many times I say that in these podcasts, because it's probably going to be low. Just kidding. No, you're right, Richard. Make a list, ladies. Make a list. When you're going to the grocery store, make sure you have a list. And you women that meal prep, oh my gosh, you are so smart and so ahead of the game, because going to the grocery store 3 times a week, even with them being able to bring your groceries out to you, even with Instacart, whatever, or is Instacart only the one that brings it to your house? Whatever. Having multiple trips to the grocery store is so... If you were the boss, if you were a CEO of a company, would you be okay with that kind of time management? Absolutely not. You absolutely would not be. So things like that, just little things like that, or delegating, delegating to a point where your kids are doing chores. Your kids are doing things for you. Your kids are old enough to be mating their own socks, folding their own laundry, putting their laundry away. At this point, you have to be those helicopter moms. You have to let go. You have to breathe in, breathe out. It's fine. If the laundry isn't put away the right way that you think it should be, it's fine. Let someone else do it. If the dishwasher is not loaded the way it should be, it's fine. Let someone else do it. Ladies that are going to work and maybe someone else is getting dinner ready for you at home, or you know what I mean, give them a break, because obviously they're not you. They're not going to do it the way that you do it, but it's getting done. If it's getting done, that's a win. Let's celebrate it and move on. So another thing, Rick says, I let the kids go do the grocery shopping while I walk behind them, and I let the kids do their dishes and whatever. And I get home and there's a pile and I'm just like, no, I'm going to just do it. That's wrong. That's wrong. Why should I do it? I've got little minions to do it for me. They can do it. So anyway, those are the categories of things that we are going to stay focused on and committed to, helping ourselves. You've got to make your goals and you've got to get through it. So when the website opens up, I'm going to tell you right now, I've got a free link that's awesome. I'm working on the templates right now, or the emails right now for it. It is a 4 weeks to a fresh start. And it's a free 30-day. I think there's like 17 emails involved in this, and it's free, ladies. And I am going to walk you through step by step, holding your hand, how to achieve these goals that maybe feel unattainable to you, that maybe feel so far-fetched that you don't even know where to begin, and you're feeling like you're just treading water and it's not even worth trying. So 17 emails. You got to know, I break it down to be pretty specific and pretty simplified. So when we open up the website, which I believe is going to be in the next couple days. So when this comes out Friday, what are we today? You know what? The website should be open. Honestly, should be open. So go check it out, revitalizedwomanhood.com. And click on that link and start the free 30-day challenge with me. That would be amazing. And then make sure you tag me in your progress so that I know that you're doing it along with me. And I will post about it as well and let you know that I'm doing it as well. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to do. I literally didn't even know I was going to record today. I didn't know I was going to jump on here. I'm sitting here. If you go to YouTube, I'm sitting here. I just threw a hat on and I don't even have on chapstick, let alone lip gloss. I just thought, what better time than to just do it. So there it is. My very first episode of This Is What's on My Mind. What should we call this? I don't know. It's just me, Gina, Hopefully next week we can have Janie on with us, and maybe you girls will help. I will post and see if we can get you guys to do some questions, and we can do like an Ask Me Anything or something along with whatever topics I'm feeling like I need to be talking about. So thank you so much. You guys have an amazing weekend.